The Wildcats were one of the surprise teams this season. Their path to the championship game filled with drama.
A season for the record books.
Close calls.
For the win.
And last-second wins.
It is caught! I don't believe it!
It's our time now. It's about tonight. Win the day.
Tonight, they battle for the Pac-12 championship.
Oh, the duck is ready. Perfect conditions for a duck, yes. Rain has been a factor throughout the day, throughout the week, really. Could start raining again later, about a 15% chance of rain for our Pac-12 championship game as we get closer and closer to announcing who the college football playoff Final Four teams will be. Oregon, an absolute lock to be in the Final Four. Should they get a win? Should they finally find a way to take care of Arizona, a team that's beaten them the last two times they've met? Not unrealistic at all to think Arizona could find a way into the Final Four as well. They have to get a win tonight, have to get a lot of help. But let's talk about tonight first. And Coach, you've been mentioning throughout the pregame show, youth, a lot of it on the field. It's going to be a major, major factor.
Well, it will be. And in a game like this, as a coach, you're scared to death because you want your players fired up. You want those young kids playing reckless. You're talking about that all week. But in the back of your mind saying, we don't need to force any big plays. You know what I mean? Just don't make the mistakes. That's what you're thinking, but you're not going to negative coach. So there's a fine line of a freshman going out there playing reckless, making plays, or making mistakes. The other point, don't lose sight. We're going to find out about this 3-3-5 defense tonight. Marcus Mariota, 1 yard rushing. We'll see if it was the defense or him. For the season, he's averaging 6 yards a carry. I like him, and I like the Oregon.
Somewhat on that theme, you think this one comes down to the two quarterbacks?
Well, Coach likes Oregon.
I'm on Oregon.
I like Oregon, too. He's talking about freshmen, young players. I love Anu Solomon. I think he's going to be a star for a while in the Pac-12 conference. This is a big stage for him. He's probably going to play like a freshman, in my opinion, in this game, which is hard because there's a lot of guys on this Arizona team who have been counted out, like Scooby Wright, like Jared Tevis, like Rich Rod himself. They've come this far. I think this is their ceiling, and Oregon is a team of destiny. They're going to take them out.
Curious, Coach, Oregon, they've known for weeks now that they're going to be the Pac-12 North champs, that they're coming to this game. Arizona didn't expect to be here, not only in the preseason, but last week. They had to have things come their way. They had to get a big win over a very strong Arizona State team. So Rich Rod has had that team jacked up in that locker room. How do you calm them down to keep them straight today?
I don't think he has to. I think Rich Rod has nothing to lose. I think Rich Rod is going to be dancing in the locker room before the game tonight as he was after the game last week. No, I don't think it's going to be enough, though, to get it done. Just make sure the coaches don't do anything crazy with play calling. Don't get bored.
Rich Rod won't do something
crazy.
Don't get bored. Play calling? Oh, he knows how to dial up a couple fun things. Hey, we'll see you next at halftime. Now let's get out to Santa Clara. The guys calling the game for you, Tim Brando and Joel Klatt. Guys?
Rob, thank you very much. A state-of-the-art stadium for a remarkable game between two titans in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 championship. The number 2 Oregon Ducks, who win and get in the dawning of the college football playoff era. And Arizona trying to say, we've lost 2, but we're the best that have lost 2. Hi again, everyone. Tim Brando by my side is Joel Klatt. 2 remarkable players that really separate this game from all other championship games, Marcus Mariota and Scooby Wright.
I cannot wait to watch these two guys play. We'll start with Marcus Mariota, who quite simply is one of the better players in the country. If you listen to what Rich Rodriguez says, his opposing coach tonight, he says he's the best in the country. He's obviously explosive down the field with his feet, but I think it's what he does with his arm and his accurate passing that really causes defense fits. That defense tonight is going to be led by Scooby Wright. Scooby Wright, a Nagurski finalist, one of the best defensive players in the country. His production is off the charts. But here's what's even more impressive. If he has 13 tackles, he's going to be around the football 13 or 14 more times. High energy, high motor. Tim, it's very easy for me because there's a very simple challenge for these two players. They're extraordinary talents, but their challenge is to remain normal even though the stakes are high, because their normal is often extraordinary.
Cannot wait for it. And when we come back, will it be the coronation of Oregon, or will the upstart from Arizona rattle some chains during the college football playoff era? Stay tuned. We'll soon find out. To Levi's Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to meet the teams who will compete in tonight's game. The Oregon Ducks have more wins than any team this decade, victorious in 7 straight by an average margin of 24 points per game. The Ducks feature one of the most explosive offenses in the country. The champions of the Pac-12 North. These are the Oregon Ducks.
What does it take to be a champion?
Heart, commitment, dedication, resilience. Speed.
Welcome to the beach, dragon leash,
Mariota running! Maserati speed!
We may have stumbled once,
The Wildcats have come to Eugene, and they will shock the world.
but we fought our way back to the Pac-12 championship game. And now we must earn our spot in the Final Four.
Tonight, it's about redemption and validation.
Holy mackerel! What a goal!
The Ducks have something to prove. It's their time. It's their night.
We are winners. We are champions.
We are Oregon.
Win the day.
One win away from a spot in the inaugural college football playoff. Here come the Oregon Ducks. Now, the Arizona Wildcats come into the Pac-12 title game riding a 5-game winning streak. And they're the only team this season to beat the Oregon Ducks, champions of the Pac-12 South. These are the Arizona Wildcats.
In the heart of the high desert, you'll find the champions of the Pac-12 South. A team that's made quite a rumble this season with their hard edge and their relentless desire to win.
No one expected us to get here but us.
A season for the record books, a Pac-12 South Championship, and it's on to the title game.
It's new and unique for our program, but it's something we point toward every year.
We've been through a lot. It's just showing that our hard work just pays off.
We might be the underdogs.
A lot of people don't think we'll be able to handle Oregon. I think we're going to do just fine.
We've done it before.
The Wildcats have shocked the world.
And we'll do it again.
I'd rather win a Pac-12 championship than any of those individual awards.
It's our time now.
Time to bring the trophy to Tucson. Time to bring glory to the South.
We are Arizona. Bear down.
Ranked 7th in the nation, the 10-2 Arizona Wildcats looking to make history. Marcus Mariota, likely the Heisman Trophy candidate with an opportunity to win, awaits his chance against the Arizona Wildcats, and they've been his kryptonite. To perform our national anthem, multi-platinum recording artist and actress Jordan Sparks.
If we can, please remove your hats and put your hands over your heart. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for our honorary coin toss. And joining our referee and captains on the field are Arizona alumni and U.S. Navy pilot, docent at the USS Hornet in Alameda, California, Tom Constable, and Oregon alumni, NFL great Ahmad Rashad.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to flip this. Heads, tails. Heads, tails. Captain, what is your call?
Tails.
The call is tails. And it's heads. You won the toss. Receive. Which goal would you like to defend? Yeah. This way? Come over here. Oregon has won the toss and elected to receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
A slight mist on hand here in the Silicon Valley, but not nearly the rain they've had the last couple of days. Should be a fast track for these two teams that love to get in as many plays as possible. The kick is next.